Good afternoon. Hundreds of shoppers have queued through the night in the hope of grabbing a Boxing Day bargain. Retail analysts are expecting almost £3 billion to be spent today in the sales. Spending over the final weekend before Christmas was reasonably strong, but many high street retailers are still at risk of going under after the festive period. The number of shoppers could also be curtailed, however, by flooding and industrial action on the London Underground. Our correspondent Judith Moritz has more.
The annual tradition of the Boxing Day sales is alive and well, as much of a Christmas ritual for these shoppers as turkey and tinsel. They queued from the early hours to be sure of securing the best bargains, falling over each other to get inside shops in London's West End. The website moneysupermarket.com says that nearly £3 billion will go through the tills today, with 4 million people hitting the shops and 5 million buying online. That's all welcome news for retailers.
Last year was a strong Christmas online, and this year has built again. We're seeing double-digit numbers online this year. So I don't think we're surprised by it, but it has been very strong, yes.
Whilst online shopping has boomed, the British Retail Consortium says high street spending has been acceptable but not exceptional over the festive period. In Yorkshire, they're still feeling positive though. The White Rose Centre in Leeds is one shopping centre to do well.
I got new shoes for work and just new everything.
And why come today? Is it because you're going to obviously get reductions?
Yeah, definitely. We come every year, don't we?
Yeah.
We got up at 4, got in the car, drove to Huddersfield, went to the next sale, spent some money there, didn't we?
Yeah, pushed a few foot, as you do.
And then we drove from Huddersfield over to Leeds, and here we are. Bargains.
Shop.
We waited till after Christmas to come and hit sales and come and get him a full new wardrobe to get twice as much for your money.
Princes Street in Edinburgh has drawn the crowds today, bargain hunting proving popular here too. While some shops started their sales well before Christmas and some websites saw massive activity on Christmas Day itself, there's still a lot of affection for the National Boxing Day Shopathon.
Well, let's try and find out what's going on at the moment. Jace Turrell is director at New West End Company, which represents retailers along Bond Street, Oxford Street and also Regent Street, and has come in to talk to me. Thank you very much for your time. Are you able to give us an instant snapshot of what is actually happening at the moment?
Well, very strong start to the sales. In the first 3 hours today, we were up 31% on Boxing Day last year. Similar numbers across the UK today, so I think shoppers are definitely out and spending. Obviously, good news for the retailers who've had a tough 2012 in terms of sales.
You say good news. We know that the discounting had started long before Christmas. Is it clear whether companies are actually making profit or just getting people through the doors? Because there's a difference. There
is. I mean, footfall's up, which is very good news, but I think the sales figures that we also track are very strong as well, sort of anything between 2 and 10% up this Christmas. So I think that's important that the sales are obviously there as well as the shoppers. Somewhere like the West End, though, we have a huge international market, so a lot of Chinese out today, Middle East, Nigerians, they spend up to 10 times more than the average UK shopper. So in terms of money going through the tills, that's good news for West End retailers.
And nationwide, are you able to work out, are you getting any sort of figures about people's individual spending? Are people spending more in this current round? Is there any more confidence that's been lacking for so long?
I think there is a margin of confidence there. I think the middle market's still very squeezed. We're seeing some good numbers on luxury goods. Obviously, the value end of the market, people are shopping, but it's still quite tough out there. But there is growth, and I think for somewhere like the West End, we'll be up 1 or 2% this year. And I think generally it's a better year for British retailers this year.
We mentioned in that introduction that a number of retailers, this is a very important time going into 2013 with the threat still hanging over them. I mean, how tough are conditions going to be in 2013, do you think, on the high street?
I think it is easing up. It has been a tough couple of years. I think for central London, obviously the international visitors, higher spending helps us. I think we have had a clearing out of the high street now. We know sort of the casualties who are there. I think there is still some polarisation, luxury doing well, value doing well. So we're going to see a few more casualties, but nowhere near the numbers we saw in 2007 and 2008.
OK, Jace Turrell, thanks very much for those thoughts. Thank you.